Hello, and welcome to Prince George's Youth Leading on the Issues. I'm your host, Ava Spires. Thank you for tuning in. We have a jam-packed show for you today. My guests are Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke, President and CEO of Watati. Our next generation of entrepreneurs, Lola Harris, Nonse Dureke, Kashimr Young, and Awosanya. And last but not least, Janique McElveen, who will explain why she wears her crown every day as she speaks at our open mic. Stay tuned. I will be right back with our guest. Hello, and welcome to Prince George's Youth Leading on the Issues. Thank you for tuning in. Joining me first is Ambassador Dr. Margaret Dureke, President and CEO of Watati, which stands for We Are Empowered to Achieve the Impossible. Watati is a nonprofit, community-based education and economic empowerment organization and a center for creative thinking, leadership, and entrepreneurship. It is located in partnership with the Niamburu Cultural Center, University of Maryland, College Park. Dr. Dureke is preparing the next generation workforce and leveraging technology entrepreneurship. We will meet some of the entrepreneurs from her program in a few minutes. Thank you, Ambassador Dr. Dureke, for joining me.
Thank you so much, Ava.
Please tell me about the goals and your purpose of the program.
Sure. First of all, I just want to thank you for the opportunity. If anyone was the right person to interview me today, and some of the guests, you are the one. You know why? Because you are the generation that keep me awake at night. The question is, who will fight for you guys so that you can be the next wealth builders of the generation? So I am honored to be before you, right? Yes. Hey, with Tati, you say power.
Power.
That's it, girl. All right. So our program is very simple. You basically kind of ran through it when you talked about who we are. The main objective of the program is to provide entrepreneurship education, but I need to qualify that. In other words, it has to be practical, it has to be experiential, it has to be expositional. What do I mean by those? Everyone can talk about entrepreneurship. What is it? Maybe we can debate what that means. But I grew up in the era where I went to Howard. I did all the great things, the education. I got all the A's. I graduated with honors. Then it took me 20-something years to find myself in the marketplace. And I knew something was wrong with that equation. That means that it is important for us to juxtapose. Classroom education is important. Don't misunderstand me. But I thought it's also important that as you guys are young, because I can see the entrepreneur all over you, like the favor, the whole thing is over you. And some of the other young guys and girls you're going to speak to in a minute, that what if someone brought that kind of knowledge to me, that if I learn how to fold this paper in a way that nobody else does, that could be a product in the marketplace. Most of you are very smart. Sometimes some of your parents just say, go to school, watch TV, shut up and watch TV. Say no, technology has changed it. So what we did was create a program that if you say to me right after this show, I have a business idea, I want to know what I can do to start. Watati would help you through the program that we have, through the entrepreneurship competition. In fact, about 3 of the individuals the young guys and girls you're going to interview are the winners of the one we just did, right? So it's very simple, shortly, meaning if you have an idea, Watati is there to help you make it. We don't want you to be 20 years old. We don't want you to be 50 years old. Now you can do it. As a matter of fact, there's a book that I'm writing. I'm only going to tell you the portion that has to do with this. And the subcaption of it, I'm not going to, is, it is not how old, but how nurtured. because a lot of people think you have to be old to start your own business. But if you nurture a young mind, like one of my daughters, Destiny, you'll be amazed. PrincessDestiny.com is her website. You'll be amazed what she's been able to create. So that's the main crux of what differentiates Witati from other entrepreneurship program. We're very big on idea exposition, changing the narrative from their mentality from, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. But what can you create? We actually have a wraparound service with different partners we have to make sure that any child within this county and beyond who has an idea, Witati is the house that can help them from the beginning to the end of it. I don't know if that basically explains it. So instead of just taking a class on entrepreneurship, there's a student in Prince George's County College that I was talking to who's taking entrepreneurship class, but he's like, I don't have an idea. I had to help him through that process. And I think it's imperative that our parents get involved. Our teachers don't just teach you the word. You need experiential, where you can know how to actually do whatever, because every human being has an idea. Do you have an idea ever of something you could create?
Not right now.
But I'm going to make sure, because there's no one without an idea, right?
Right.
Just even your beautiful smile, I can show you how you can make money smiling. I'm not kidding. You'll be amazed. People think the idea is on top of the tree. It's right here. All you need is somebody to nurture you. Remember I said, it's not how old, it's how nurtured. So I can show you that there is lots of talent within you. Sometimes, how do you know something if nobody told you, nobody taught you? If you grow up in a household where the parents don't talk about business, they talk about going to work, you're going to grow up talking that. So part of our main tenet is to change the mindset that we're all producers. You just need somebody to show you the way home. And the time is now. And your generation has a responsibility to make it work.
Yes, ma'am. What I really liked about you is how specific you were with it,
Yes.
because you brought out like the importance of the program.
Yes.
And I thank you for that. I thank you for coming and letting me interview you today.
No problem. That's wonderful. So make sure that we'll fight for the next generation together.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. And you can check us out, wetati.com, WETATI.com. I got to plug that in.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, Ambassador Dr. Dureke, for joining me today on PGY and explaining the mission of your civilization. Coming up, the next generation of entrepreneurs from Witati. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with me. Now joining me in the studio is the next generation of entrepreneurs from the organization Witati. They are Awosanya of AOA Media, Nonse Dureke of Dureke Productions, Lola Harris, the Beautycounter, and Kashimr Young, the Diverse. Welcome. Thanks for joining me today on PGY. Okay. Well, first, tell our audience about your businesses, starting with Ade.
Oh, okay. My business is AOA Media. I'm the president and CEO. What my business is, taking photos is a hobby of mine. And I was told that I can make money off of it, and taking photos is not something to be taken lightly, because taking photos over the years can show you history. If you take a photo of one place for a year, that photo will tell you the story of the place in such of how it changes, what it looked like every season. And that's what I just like to do. I like to bring out the story in something that nobody would ever see a story.
You?
Oh, yes. Hi, I'm Nonse. And the name of my company is called Dureke Productions, named after my family. I grew up with the concept of like literally plantain and proverbs on Sunday mornings, and my family would always start off with like story, story, story. And so I just grew up loving stories and the impact of stories. So I love to create new worlds that examine old truths. And funny enough, I just found out that a film that I did through my production company called Dureke Productions was selected for the Amazon All Voices Film Festival. So please watch it on Amazon Prime, stream it. I'm really, really excited for it. And I also have a film called Bride Price that was the inaugural winner for the Annapolis Film Festival. So yeah.
Thank you. Lola?
Hi, I'm Lola. I created an app called the Beautycounter. I'm a freelance makeup artist, and as a makeup artist, you have so many beauty products that you use every day, and it's very hard to keep track of all of them, but with my app, I'm able to keep track of every single product I have, from skincare to hair care to foundation colors, and with the help of the app, and as a makeup artist, being able to do that helps a lot with efficiency. So I'm very happy that I've been able to map out an app like this. And I'm very excited to be here on the show with you.
Thank you. Kashimr?
Hi, my name's Kashimr Young, and my business basically is oriented around it's a clothing line known as Diverse, DYEVERSE clothing, and basically my clothing line is a unique clothing line because of the fact that my clothing line focuses around different cultural backgrounds as well as different sexual orientational backgrounds, such as if you were gay or bisexual. And because of this, the reason for me doing this business in the first place is because I realized that in our society, people are so worried about how everyone else sees them, and they're only worried about how other people feel about them. And I feel as though people should be prideful in who they are, just themselves, because you spend not that much time on this earth in the first place, that you should be happy and proud of who you are rather than being sad and miserable of who you are in the first place.
Yes. What was your goal when you starting with Nonse?
Well, for me, my goal was just to stop asking for a seat at the table and to create the table itself. And so for me, it's very important for people from the diaspora to be able to see themselves. And I think that images of us that show our non-monolithic experiences, that we come from different backgrounds, but yet we're all the same. And I wanted to show everyone in life has different desires, has different experiences, but we all have the same desires. And so it was really important for me, being a recent graduate from Howard University, the Masters in Film program, to really just show our people how we smile, how we cry, how we love one another, and how there's so much more to our story, and it's time for us to show it on screen.
That's very smart. Thank you. Miss Lola?
The goal with creating the Beautycounter was definitely to build the community closer together. The beauty community is ever growing every day with skincare, hair care, just with like a beauty fridge as well, where you can able to store your products. So every day there's a new product that someone's creating, and my goal was just to bring the community closer by giving them a platform where they're able to save everything that they have. You're able to note what products you use for your skincare routine. You know, you have your toners, your moisturizers, your serums, and being able to put all those in one place, it's so more efficient than just writing it all down or taking a picture. So my goal was really just being able to have beauty simplified, and that was my goal for everyone to be able to have.
Kashimr, what was your goal?
My goal, first off, when I thought about it was, for me, seeing my community and the way that in the news you'll hear about racial violence and things like that, or just violence in general around race as a whole. And I feel as though my goal was to try and calm it down as much as possible and to try and sway people's opinions about this as much as I can, because it seemed as though it's so much hate in this world that I feel as though bringing everyone together and having understanding of one another would make things a lot more simplified and a lot more understanding of how each of us go through life.
Ade?
Well, my goal was just to take pictures and have fun, but later on it became a different meaning for me. Like I said, when I take a picture, whatever I'm taking a picture of, I want to tell their story. I want that picture to give you a good impression on them. And you know, that's what I do on my Instagram, so you should go check it out. Mapper Photos, IG. Yeah, so that's what that's what my goal, just to tell you the story of whoever I'm taking the photo of.
That is smart.
Thank you.
What do you sell, and how do you sell, and how do you get to your customers? Like, how do you advertise what you have?
Okay.
Starting with Lola this time.
I sell the app itself, the Beautycounter, and I'm able to find a lot of my customers just at the Beautycounter. You know, I meet a lot of people at the Beautycounter, and they'll say they're looking for a product, or they'll come in looking for a foundation shade, and they say, you know, I think I'm this shade. I know I'm in this range, but I just left my foundation at home. I don't know which one I am. And being able to see that there's a need for this app, that it's way more greater than just one or two people, but it's several thousands of people out there who don't remember what shade they are, don't know what color they are, or simply saw someone else online have that color, or saw someone use that same list of products and not knowing what it is. Being able to give them a place where they're able to find that product, being able to not have to search through thousands of images and saved all those pictures, able to know like what products you have, knowing where to go for that, is so much happy for me personally. It gives me a lot of happiness knowing that I give someone a place to go and being able to find those products.
Kashimr?
For me, I've noticed a lot of mostly my directed audience is going to be around teenagers or the up-and-coming youth, because with Watati, I've noticed that they mostly are focusing on pushing it towards the youth, because we are the future after all. And I definitely take a lot of inspiration from Watati, because they've given me something to put my creativity towards. So as far as it goes with selling my product is going to be clothing, and it's going to be different types of clothing, whether it be just t-shirts with writing on it in different languages from different cultures, or the material that it's made out of. And I plan to advertise it on social media by having young social media stars wear my clothing and represent it, and then giving me a credit for where credit is due. So on Twitter and Instagram, the @name for that would be @diverse, DYVERSECL, for both Instagram and Twitter.
Ade?
Well, the way I would sell my stuff is, since it's a media company, I sell more than just taking your photos. I sell phones all around. I can do your website. You know, AOA Media it has a standing. It's Ade, Olu, and Avery. Those are the 3 founders of AOA Media. And we all bring something to the table. Like me, I like to take photos. That's what I just like to do. Like I said, I can tell you a story just by taking somebody's photos on a daily basis. Olu, he can help you with your websites and anything else. Avery, he's all around. He can speak. He has what they call a silver tongue. He will get you to buy anything that we need you to get you to buy. So from there, I sell everything through my Instagram. So I'm gonna keep plugging. Mapper Photos, MAPPER Photos. Oh, and you should also follow Watati too.
Nonse?
It just brings me so much joy to hear everyone's stories. As president of Watati Next Generation, this is what I sell. We sell stories. And to hear each individual story just reminds me of why Watati's always been so important. Watati's actually how I got the idea to even start my production company. And so we sell, and I sell the power of storytelling, and how we as people are empowered to connect and to be motivated through storytelling. So just to hear everyone's stories and the impact of their story and what they can do with their vision through their stories, that's what I sell. So yeah.
Last but not least, where do you find inspiration, and what inspired you to start your business, starting with Kashimr this time?
As far as it goes for inspiration, I would have to orient that around my own family, because my family comes from, to say the least, a very diverse background, and to see how they all treat each other as family, even though they come from different positions or different backgrounds or different upbringings, it's just it's very inspiring to me, because the fact that I was raised to never judge somebody based off of where they come from, and I want something like that to be put into my business.
Ade?
What was the question again? Sorry.
Where do you find inspiration, and what inspired you to start your business?
Well, what inspired me was really Miss Dureke. I didn't really take this serious. I just like taking photos and just jumping around being a teenager. I'm 15, and I never thought that I'd be sitting down talking to a host and looking at cameras and stuff. Miss Dureke really just said, you know what, you have the talent and the meaning to do this. So she's my inspiration, and my mother and my father too, my whole family, everybody's just supporting me. So that's where I get my inspiration from.
Miss Nonse.
Yes. My family is my inspiration. My last name is Dureke, so hence the name of my production company, Dureke Productions. My mom is actually the founder and CEO of Watati, and I'm just really grateful being a first-generation filmmaker and storyteller to have such a family that supports me, to know that you have to have a business mindset in whatever you do. Even if you decide to be a creative, it takes just as much after you get off of your 9 to 5, get ready for your 5 to 9. Matter of fact, you don't even go to sleep. You go to sleep when it's done. And so my family is my inspiration because they let me know that anything is possible, and they let me know that the I in Watati is small for a reason.
Yes, ma'am. And last but not least, Miss Lola.
My inspiration was definitely my family as well. They were able to inspire me to go beyond what everyone else is doing, especially with using a platform that I know that I'm good at. You know, being able to help other people and inspire other people helps me a lot, because as the makeup community is growing, if you see one person who can be like 14 or 15 and they're doing makeup and they're doing it better than you, it inspires you to be able to go out there and be able to learn too. So just being able to have my family inspire me and to learn that makeup helps you to not even grow as a person, but to grow as a community. It helps me to have a place to know that it's home. So that's definitely my inspiration and why I was inspired.
Thank you. It has been wonderful to talk with all of you today. Ade, Nonse, Lola, and Kashimr. I love what you are doing at such a young age. It gives me so much hope for future generations. I wish you all great success in your businesses. I know you will do well. Thanks for joining me today. Up next at our open mic is Miss Janique McElveen, explaining why she wears her crown every day.
I had lost myself in the shadow of someone else, and to remind me, I decided that for my birthday, I wanted to get myself a crown and wear it every single day for a year, so that I would remember to walk in my royalty, elevate to my highness, marvel in my majesty, and reign in my kingdom, as I hope that I inspire others to do the same. Every day for a year, starting September 4th of 2018, I will be wearing this crown, and as I come across other people, I hope that I inspire them to remember who they are and to walk in their royalty as well. September is a very important month for me, not only because it's my birthday, but there are quite a few things that I want people to remember September for. And one of those things is my open mic that I host at More Than Java Cafe in Laurel on Main Street. It's every other Saturday. So if you've missed June 8th, please come see us on June 23rd. It's a Sunday, but it'll be a lot of fun. We'll have a DJ, and the mic will be open. And the title of my open mic is Remember September. For September, like I said, is my birthday month. But September is also Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. And September is also Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. So I do want you to remember September. And while you're remembering, please come to our open mic at More Than Java Cafe in Laurel at 358, and this is how you will remember the address. 3 + 5 is 8. Main Street in Laurel, Maryland, 20707. September is very important, and it is Prostate Cancer Awareness Month. My sisters and I, we really want you to focus on prostate cancer, especially and our African American men, because they tend to die at a higher rate than other men. So please encourage the men in your life to get their prostates checked regularly. We lost our father in 2010. And in order to get through the grieving process, my sister, who's a photographer, decided to get lost. And in her getting lost, she would take her younger daughter with her, and they would go wherever her daughter would dictate that they would go. Turn left here, Mommy. Turn right here. Stop here, Mommy. And as they stopped, my sister would get out and take photographs. And she decided that she wanted to put those photographs in the collection as a book. The book is titled Getting Lost. And she invited me to add a few words with her of inspiration and encouragement. That book is actually getting lost all over the world. It has been left in places purposely for other people to find, hopefully themselves, and then lose it for someone else to find. The second book we have is titled The Very Awesome Adventures of Ruru and Rudy. And that is another magical moment for my father and my sister's daughter to go on one last magical journey together. So if you have a chance, please take a look at those books. Send them to friends. And I'll leave you with a poem. Your mantra. I walk in the rhythm of my own song. I dance to my own beat. What's right for you is right for you, but may be wrong for me. I play my favorite character. I control the script. What floats your boat floats your boat, but doesn't sail my ship. What I wear, what I say, how I laugh and dance, wherever I am, whoever I am with, I know that there's a chance. Someone won't like it. Someone won't agree. But that's just fine with me. What's right for you is right for you, but may be wrong for me.
It looks like it's time to wrap up the show. I want to thank all of our guests, Ambassador Dr. Dureke and the 4 Watati entrepreneurs, Ade Awosanya, Nonse Dureke, Lola Harris, and Kashimr Young, and also Miss Janique Muckelveen. Thanks for being on our open mic. Thank you for joining me today on Prince George's Youth Leading on the Issues. You all make me proud. Thank you so much for what you are doing in the community. Please keep up the great work. We appreciate your efforts. We wish all of you success in all of your businesses. And Ms. Muckelveen, keep wearing that crown. We're here at Prince George's Youth Leading on the Issues. We'd like to thank all of our crew members behind the scenes and our viewers. Thank you for tuning in, and please keep watching. PGY is here to educate, motivate, inspire, and uplift all of our youth. I am Ava Spires. See you next time on PGY.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I just walked by and I said, "What's happening, guys?" And they told me they were making music.
It's the way you walk, it's the way you talk. I like this music.
They said I could play, so any chance to play at all. You know, that's my life. I love music.
Yeah, that's how we do it.